Next level.
I had my hair up, and then I realized I needed my headphones to do this because I never wear headphones on stream. But during interviews, I need to wear headphones, and so I put my headphones on, and it messed up with my hair, and it won't go back. The headphones keep pushing it forward. Stop it. This is what happens when I wake up in the morning. I'm just a mess, but it's okay. I'll do it.
That was the funniest start to the interview. Okay, well, yeah, let's dive into it since I know you're competing after that at 10, right?
Yeah, not till 10.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
we're good.
Good, good, good. So hello, welcome to Heart with Art Queen. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation this morning. We're very excited to have you on the show this morning.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Good. Okay, so first question, and this is an easy one, is like, how did you come up with your name? Slissa.
Slissa. So my name's Alyssa. That's my name. And Alyssa's 3 syllables. That's way too long to say when you're drunk. At least my friends think so, because they couldn't say it. They were Slissa. So it's just my drunk name, really. That's what my friends call me. Yeah, it's my name. I am Alyssa. But again, I can't even say I'm Alyssa, because if I say to someone I'm Alyssa, they think I'm calling myself Melissa, and then they call me Melissa. So I have to say my name is Alyssa, and then it's just too hard of a name. So Slissa is fine.
So you're not a fan of your name?
It's just long. For 6 letters to 3 syllables? What? That's so many syllables.
So are you mad at your mom for calling you this?
No, it's I don't mind my name. My brother couldn't pronounce it. He had a speech impediment as a kid, so he called me So that was also a nickname of mine growing up, was It's a bunch of A's. But yeah, and then also there's 3 S's in Slissa. The reason there's 4 S's, 3 consecutive, is because I actually have a marketing background, and when I went to make my Twitch and my Instagram and my YouTube and all that stuff, I wanted it to be cohesive. When I first started streaming, I like went all out. I was like, I'm gonna make a Twitch, a Twitter, and I'm gonna just really put all my effort into it. So I did Slissa with 2 S's, but it was taken somewhere. I want to say it was Twitter. It was taken. So I just added an extra S to all of them because that was my only solution at the time to
Yeah,
make it
yeah, that
similar.
makes sense. That makes sense. So it's cohesive. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's cohesive, but it gave it a little edge, I guess. And so people know me for having the 3 S's in a row.
Yes, definitely. Okay, so if we talk a bit about your Hearthstone background, like your journey, because I think you started as a standard player, if I'm not mistaken.
I did, because back then, I started in probably 2015. That was the only mode. I guess Arena's a mode, but I didn't know that. I never played it, so I was introduced to the game as standard. Wild wasn't even a thing yet. Yeah, so I was a very, very casual standard player since 2015, and then started streaming standard in 2017. And I still was pretty casual then. I had never hit legend or anything. But then people told me they wouldn't watch me unless I got better, so I got better.
Okay, so you started playing a bit more competitive in standard after starting streaming.
Yes. Yeah. I really didn't see myself as being a competitive player. People just said like I would watch you if you were better, but it's hard to watch your plays. So I would like study all the time to get better just so that I was good enough. I wanted to be like the toast of Hearthstone, like be able to do funny things and cool decks like Alistraza, Kibler, just like not really meta stuff, but good enough so that people could watch me do that. And I didn't actually get more competitive until I went to a dream hack. I went for fun because I wanted to meet people, but winning games there made me want to be more competitive. I was like, ooh, I like winning. this feels fun. So that's when I got a bit more confident and tried to become a bit more competitive.
Okay,
My
good.
headphones.
When
They're,
you started
they're so
streaming,
big.
when you
They're
started
just falling off my head.
when you started streaming, you still had a job, right? A daytime job, right?
Kinda. Like, so my husband showed me, at the time he was my boyfriend, and he showed me Ali Straza and was like, I think you could do this. Like you could be like her. And so I tried streaming like a couple random times when I was still a teacher. And then I was like, okay, over the summer vacation, I'm really gonna go for it. And I did it for a month over summer vacation as a teacher. And then my husband was like, if you want to quit your job as a teacher and just do this full time and really try to make something of yourself, I will support you. So I really didn't, I pretty much went for it. I barely did this while working.
Wow. Well, at least
Yeah.
you had a good opportunity during like summer to have like a full month or a bit
Yeah,
more.
yeah, to get the feel, because it's a very scary career because you're not really making money at first, right? And you have to have someone who believes in you and who is willing to support you. Like when people ask me when should I go full time, I usually tell them if they are able to live in their parents' basement or significant other will help them out, like go for it as soon as possible. But you have to have people who believe in you to help you through the beginning.
Yes. And so how long did it take for you to be like sure, like, okay, so this is my career, this is what I want to do?
Yeah, it didn't take too long because it's a lot of the stuff I love. It has a lot of similarities as a teacher because I used to be a teacher for this, of getting to be in front of a crowd and teach what you love and make people happy. I mean, that's why I like teaching and that's why I like this. So I just like to make people happy.
Yeah. Okay, good. And so, and your parents in this, like, were they supportive also? Were they like, yeah, you go, girl, you?
They're like, you're a 27-year-old who wants to quit your prestigious career as a teacher. Prestigious. They're, I think my parents were proud. They're like, my son's a firefighter, and my daughter's a teacher. They're just great for society. Like it's this talking point where we're just really good members of society because we're teachers and firefighters. And they're like, what am I supposed to tell my friends, that you're quitting to play video games? And I'm just like, yeah, that's what you're gonna have to tell your friends. But so that's what it was like at first. But now that they see how successful I've become and like got to see me play chess, or not play chess, but play Hearthstone vs. Gary Kasparov and stuff like that, now they're like a whole different tune. They're like so for it. Very happy that I get to have a career from home. That's my career and stuff like that. So they're way more proud now that they get it more and that I've succeeded.
Yeah, no, of course, that's amazing. Okay, so if we talk a bit about Battlegrounds, because I mean, now your life is pretty much Battleground in Hearthstone and not very much standard or anything.
Yeah, no.
So did you started playing Battlegrounds when it got out, like when the mode got first got in?
I started playing when it came out, but I didn't start streaming it for a while because when it first came out, like there were probably 5 to 10 streamers who blew up from Battlegrounds. They became massive overnight because they were the best right away. And it wasn't me. I didn't blow up with it. So I was like, well, I'm stuck over in standard, and that's fine because I don't want to lose my audience. Going variety is a easy way to lose your audience. And even playing a different mode within the same game, I would consider variety. So I stuck with standard so it came out Halloween of 2019, and I stuck with standard until probably end of February 2020. I went to the summit for Hearthstone, and there was a bunch of streamers there, and they're all talking to me about how they can no longer play standard or they lose their audience because they became so big in Battlegrounds. And I was like, I wish I had your problem. Like, I want to play Battlegrounds so bad. And they all promised that they would support me and like help my Battleground career and raid me and stuff like that. And they did. And I'm very grateful for them and for my friends who helped me get better at Battlegrounds, like Sunglitters and Merps. They would co-op with me and help me get better. I wasn't good at first. But yeah, it took me a while before I actually transitioned over to Battlegrounds.
And okay, so that's super. That's super interesting. So if I'm right, it's been like a year. You're a Battleground player. Yeah.
2 years.
2 years. 2 years. Sorry.
Yeah, it's
We're in
2022.
2022. Sorry,
I know it still feels like 2020. I get it. It's 2022 now. So 2 years.
2 years erased by COVID. Okay, yeah, sorry. So 2 years of a Battleground player, streamer. And would you ever go back to standard?
So I played standard over the summer for a day because I had to play a chess player. And so I had to figure it out real fast. And I had a little fun with it. But at the same time, so the cool thing about Battlegrounds is I feel like it's not super polarizing. So let's say you go into a standard game and you're playing an aggro mage and you're facing control warrior and you just go in like, ah, crap, like there's just no way to win this. There's just like barely any odds. You have a 10% win rate versus them and you feel so sad. And you couldn't control the matchup or the queue. You have a bit more control if you do tournaments. I hate that feeling of going in and feeling like you have no control over your outcome. Where with Battlegrounds, it's this whole other feeling because you can go in and be like, oh, I got a bunch of crap heroes. Let's try to salvage a 5th place out of this. And then it just doesn't feel as bad. You're like, well, I lost a little bit of MMR, but 5th was good for the situation. So I just feel like Battlegrounds is better for my psychological health, I guess. Like, so there's just like more ways to like feel a little bit better. You feel good about a 3rd or a 4th, and then when you get a 1st, it's just like, yeah. And there's just either win or lose in standard. It's just not the same.
Yeah. And okay, so if we go in more as a female content creator, so at first, how did it feel? Was there a lot of women when you started? Not that there is a lot now, but yeah.
It's definitely more now. I remember there being Slysssa. I didn't really know about Nicklina or Patra at first until I got into streaming. And then I did for sure. And then I didn't know about Hafu either because I didn't know Arena. I only knew who like my husband watched, and he watched Slysssa, and he watched Toast, and he watched Life Coach. That should be a memory lane for some people. So that's all I really knew. And so Ali was just like a big mentor to me. Fun fact, she had no idea who I was, but I played her once on the ladder and I told her I was a big fan of hers, and I DM'd her asking her to come to my bachelorette party because I'd be in San Diego where she lived, and she came. Even though she didn't know who I was, but that's how our friendship started. She came to my bachelorette party because she's that good of a person. And she'd come for a stranger like me. So yeah, and we are good friends now. But yeah, there weren't a lot of girls, but at least I had Ali to look up to, and I know like Sunglitters had Hafu to look up to and stuff like that. But there's definitely, I feel like, more and more girls now coming in.
Yes, definitely. I'm surprised that Ali went to the Bachelor.
I know. I tell her to this day, I don't respond to random DMs, and I don't show up to people's houses that I don't know. Like, you're crazy. But thank you. She brought all her roommates and she brought Cantaloupe. If you guys know who Cantaloupe is, he's a
Yes.
streamer. So I got to meet all her roommates. Cantaloupe. They all came to my bachelorette party. So she wasn't alone. So she had like an out in case I was weird.
Good.
Which is smart of her.
Yes, definitely. So you're talking about your bachelorette. So related to your personal life, like did you talk about your personal life when you started streaming, and like do you is there like a line at some points that you don't cross?
I didn't at first, and there was a few reasons why I didn't talk about it at first. I remember when I first started streaming, I saw a clip from Hafu who said that she would never talk about her significant other ever again on stream. And for those who don't remember, she had a significant other, they broke up, he leaked images of her, like, and she was like, I will never ever talk about significant other ever again on stream. And she said, like, because everyone wants to talk about it when you break up, and I don't want to talk about it. And I knew Alistrada didn't talk about stuff like that either. So I was just kind of like following people's leads. I was like, all right, I don't want to talk about it either. At the time, I was engaged when I started streaming. I was engaged. But I just didn't talk about it. I never wear my ring anyways. So like, it's not very noticeable. And then I was also told by a guy when I signed to a team not to talk about it. So I was told by many people not to. But it got annoying. I did it for like a whole year of not talking about my husband. And after a year, it got so annoying. I was like, this sucks. I hate keeping secrets. And it's so weird when people ask me and I just write it off. So I prefer to talk about it because he's such a big part of my life. And I'm very happy I've talked about him. And I wish I'd talked about him sooner, but I can't really change that.
Okay, good. And so is there like is there like line that you don't want to cross? Because I know like with the discussion we had with Alice Traza, like she there's some like privacy line that you don't cross because like for the fear of like someone having to knock on your door like a complete stranger and hey.
Yeah, I mean, it's so hard because our lives are open, and I'm a pretty open book. I pretty much talk about everything on stream. So, like, a line I usually don't cross is like the exact city and neighborhood I live in. Like, I give a region. I'm like, I live in Palm Beach County. Like, Palm Beach County is huge. But I mean, with him, him and I are both very open. Like, he'll come in here and start spouting a fight that we had or something, and then we'll start fighting in front of everyone. Like, we're just pretty open, and people know I'm having a baby and stuff like that. So I guess there's not a lot of lines for us besides like keeping our home as private as possible. But yeah, we've had to deal with at least one kind of crazed stalker situation. But
So you had to deal with one?
well, yeah, it was like a harassment issue where he kept harassing me and my husband for 6 months at least. And I was getting afraid that he was going to show up to my house anytime. And because he was someone who was really close in our community at the time. And so he had figured out like where my husband worked and was sending him work emails and stuff like that. Like, it was very creepy and scary situation, but that stopped. So that was very good.
But it was a viewer or a streamer?
A very close viewer to my community, who was a big part of the community. So,
okay.
Yeah. Because like when you're a smaller streamer, the close members are very close, right? Because they're your everyday viewers that come every day, and when you have like 10 viewers, then to 100, it's always they're very close in the community at that time. So when it happened, it was just like out of the blue and super scary.
I can imagine. Yes. But it's a good thing you had only one incident, but it's a bad
Yeah,
thing that it was 6 months.
yeah, one major. We've had like minors that aren't that big of a deal, but yeah, one
Yeah.
major. So I
Okay,
have like
good.
DMs turned off. Like I have a lot of rules. I do not DM people. So when people DM me, I don't respond, and I don't want anyone to be offended. It's just a rule I have for everybody. I've never responded to anyone's DMs ever since the situation. Um, so like it's just a rule I have for everyone, and it's if you need to talk to me, I stream daily. You could talk to me on stream. If you think it's too private for that, then I'm probably not the person to go to because I'm not your best friend. I'm your streamer. So that's kind of my ruling. Is like I don't DM anyone. If you DM me, I'll read it maybe, but I won't respond because it's for my safety and like a good healthy relationship with my viewers. Is that if it's too private for public conversation, then it's too private for me.
Okay, good, good, good. I understand that and respect that. Which I did DM you to come on the show. Now I realize that I should have probably
I
brought you in.
respond to no, I respond to like if you like for you, for example, you're a streamer. I want to be successful and grow. So whenever you message me about streaming or something like that, I would respond because it's like a different situation. Like when people message me about like I'll have some girls message me about harassment issues, I definitely respond to that. Stuff like that when it comes to streaming and YouTube and growing there. But it's like when just viewers, non-streamers message me, I usually don't respond.
Okay.
Or never respond.
Yeah, well, I remember like I didn't know if I should write to you one time because with someone trying to blackmail and you were CC'd in the blackmail. I was like, huh, that was.
Oh God, that guy. He's been emailing me for like 3 years. Porn, just sends me porn daily. God.
But I have never opened it, so I don't know if it's porn.
It's porn.
Good, good, good.
For those who are curious, this guy will email me and others like my stream next to a bunch of porn and images and have it all on his screen, and it's like daily. And then he'll like make folders that say like Slissa Secrets 2020. I'm not gonna open it. I'm not gonna open random folders, but like, and this is like a every week thing. He's been in my spam.
But yeah,
I'll go look in my spam to see like if he's been. I'm like looking for a message in my spam for something from like Twitch. I want my Twitch recap or something like that, and I just see like his name all down it. I'm like, oh God.
Yeah.
Go away.
Yeah, no, and that's why I reached out to you, because I had a folder with Heart Queen Secrets 2021 and Slissa Secrets 2021, and so we had both folders one next to each other. So I was like, maybe you know about it. Maybe
He's gonna send us a video of this video next to porn soon, and like our secrets. Oh God.
Oh my God. But yeah, okay, so but yeah, thank you for responding at that time, because I got a bit worried, I must say.
I'm here for you. No, yeah, I've helped other girls through like harassment issues and stuff like that, because it gets really scary. Like a girl in our community had someone like leak to her that he knew her address and was gonna show up at her house, and I helped her through that. Like very scary stuff happens to us. And I try to help any way I can, because I've been through some of it. So,
Okay, good. So now let's talk about baby stuff, because like you're surrounded by baby stuff. This is your new background.
I have to get the room set up so I can start putting stuff in it. Like I don't want to I need to get the room painted, but I'm not supposed to paint. So I have to get someone else to paint it. And until that gets done, I don't want to put more stuff in that room. So everything's just stuck in here.
So you stream with all this in the background every day?
There's literally 1,000 diapers in here right now.
Is it from your shower?
It's from my viewers. I made a Amazon gift registry, and and people can buy stuff off of it. And people have been buying me these things. I find that a lot of my viewers have their own kids, so what they like to do is purchase things that they like to use for their kids. And so yeah, that's how I got all this stuff. This is my favorite right here. This is my boob pillow. You put it around here, right under your boob, right here, and then the baby lays on it while it drinks. It's daily food. It's called my breast friend pillow.
It's
and
like a bar. It's a milk
it's
bar.
a bar. It is a milk bar. It's exact, and it comes with like this like flap here, so you could put your own drink in it and stuff.
Your beer.
And it's like yeah. Yeah, this was brought to me by one of the hosts of The Angry Chicken. So I really like my breast pillow.
Okay, good. So so the first question I had is like, so how did you feel first about, because I know pretty early on you shared it on Twitter, that you were pregnant, and so were you worried that you would like lose viewers or things like that?
I wasn't worried about viewers, no, because Hearthstone community is a very special audience where there's all ages. It's not like you have a bunch of children watching and they're like, oh, you're old, you're a mom, I can't watch you anymore. Like, it's not like that. It feels like a lot of people are in their 20s, 30s, 40s of my audience. So they get excited that I'm going through something that they've been through and can share life experiences with me. So I feel like most people were like so excited for me and my husband and our family. So yeah, I think it was good.
And were you worried? Because I know like your team re-signed 4 years after that, after knowing you were pregnant. Were you worried about this?
I really wasn't worried with Team Liquid because Team Liquid's just such an awesome team, and like they're very supportive of their women, and they have a ton of women who work behind the scenes. Like my team manager is a woman. A lot of the team is probably like half women, half men who work behind the scenes, and they're super supportive. So yeah, after I announced that I was having a baby, they didn't ask me anything. They didn't ask like, do you need, are you gonna be taking time off? Like they just were like, okay, yeah, like make sure you take the time you need. And by the way, do you want to resign till 2024? Well, sure. Like, okay, like, thank you. So even though they knew I was starting a family, they still wanted to resign me. So, yeah, they're a really awesome team. I love Team Liquid. They're the best.
Yeah, look, that's great. Okay, so do you? I saw a picture of you on Twitter saying that you're at the halfway mark and you look like you're not pregnant. I mean, are you sure?
Yeah, I'm almost halfway. I'm 18 weeks. Halfway is 20, and yeah, I don't have a bump, but like I'm definitely thicker. Like I'm a bit like I ate a chalupa or something, or I took advantage of COVID. I can definitely tell like things are shifting a bit and getting thicker there, but I definitely don't have like a bump or anything. But I can tell she's in there because when I lay on my stomach, I can still lay on my stomach. Some girls, once you get your bump, you can't, but I still can. But I can feel it's a bit firmer on my stomach. I'm convinced that since I've had some of my intestines removed, like what happens to your organs is they all get like shifted up and pushed up to make space for baby. And I think because part of them were already removed, she like found a corner like, ooh, it's comfy in here. Like I already made space, so maybe I just won't get that big of a bump. But also, like, apparently your first pregnancy, it takes a while to get a bump. And then the second pregnancy, you get a bump way faster.
Interesting.
I don't know. I'm learning. I'm looking at pictures of people like, what do you guys look like at 18 weeks pregnant? And it's just like a wide range. Some people look really pregnant and some people don't. And I'm in the don't look pregnant stage yet.
Yeah, I can imagine like with the sweatshirt on, you go to the grocery, like someone wouldn't know.
No, people are not being kind to me. Like, my husband was gone for 10 days and I had to walk 3 dogs twice or 3 times a day, all on my own. And my dogs are big. I don't have a backyard right now because it's being renovated. And so I'm walking 3 big dogs on my own and no one's moving over for me. Like I have to, like if people are coming at me, I had to move all 3 dogs off into the road so they could walk past. And I'm like, I'm pregnant. Why aren't you moving for me? But I realized like no one knows. I don't know what I'm going through. They're not being nice.
Okay, so you're saying you had intestine removed. Did you have like a surgery, a health condition?
Yeah, so that's like part of the reason I really like being a streamer is because I do have a health condition. And that was part of the reason my husband wanted me to do this was because I have something called Crohn's disease, which is an autoimmune disease. It is an inflammatory bowel disease. So it is anywhere, any intestinal or anything from the mouth to butt, basically. Anything that food goes through could be affected, but it's also my immune system. So for me personally, like when I was first diagnosed, they had to remove some of my intestines because I got an abscess and then there was a hole and then they had to remove where the hole was and then put the intestines back together again. But then they found a bunch of other intestine that had to get removed because they were like stuck to my skin. Like my intestines were stuck on my skin, I guess. I don't know. So they took out like a foot, which isn't a lot. Like you have 30 some feet of intestine and they took out a foot of mine and they took out like 1 or 2 inches of my large. I think 1, which is kind of a lot for the large. So I have less intestines, but not that bad. Because some people with Crohn's have to have a bag, and I don't have that, so I'm very lucky. And the thing with autoimmune diseases is it's very much can be accelerated by stress. And so when I was a teacher, I was very stressed all the time because I'm working like 12-hour days, getting no money, and there's only so many sick days you get a year. You get like 10, and I kept having to go into the hospital, and then I lost all my sick days, and then it was just a very stressful situation. So now I'm in a situation where if I get sick, I can just take the days off I need, get better, and it's a lot more stress-free. Like if I need a day to sleep in, I can do that. If I need whatever I need, I can take for myself. So
Yeah, that's very good and very convenient being a streamer in a situation like that.
yeah.
Good. So, baby-related question: do you have a name for the baby?
I do. So my baby, the girl, and her name will be Ryan, which is a lot of my international viewers are like, what is the boy name? But Ryan has become a lot more of a neutral name. So, and I think it's a beautiful girl name.
It is.
Yeah, Ryan. That's a girl name when you think of it. And I think it still sounds like a boy name. I think it's like Sam. Sam could be a girl or a boy. So yeah, her name will be Ryan. But right now I call her Squishy because she's just like a little fetus in me that's so small. So right now she's my Squishy, and then when she comes out, her name will be Ryan.
Good. Well, it's good to give a gender neutral name. I feel it's like it leave like the child the choice of becoming whoever they want.
I'm giving her more of a feminine middle name in case she hates Ryan.
So
So her middle name will be Ashley, Ryan Ashley. So if she hates Ryan, she can go by Ashley.
okay, good. Good.
Up to her.
That's good. Okay, and do you have, so what's do you like plan for when the baby is gonna come? Like you're probably gonna take a bit of time off streaming, I'm guessing.
That's what people tell me. I mean, I've never had a kid, so I don't know what it's like. But here's my understanding. My understanding is that baby needs to eat every 2 to 3 hours for like the first 2 weeks to a month. Meaning every 2 to 3 hours, I need to be awake. Meaning I won't sleep a lot. Meaning that I hate streaming when I'm tired. When I'm not, when I don't have full energy to give people my full self. Because I don't want to be boring and I don't want people to think I'm boring. So there's a good chance I'll have to take time off. But also streaming's nice. I could probably stream like 2-3 hours a day. And it's considered a work day. Like, I don't know. Like, people tell me I need to take at least a month off, but will I actually have to being a streamer? I don't know. I could just IRL stream stuff. We'll see what happens. But Team Liquid sent me a laptop so that I could stream from bed. You know, like they sent me this new, yeah. They sent me a new Alienware laptop, better CPU than my husband's computer, like very top notch. So I could stream, like if I get put on bed rest, I could stream from up there. Like, you know, we'll see what happens. We might do some no camera streams for a bit. But I'm definitely gonna be a full-time streamer still, full-time worker. And so my husband's super supportive of that.
Perfect. Are you gonna have some help? Your parents, maybe?
Well, we have no family near us. I mean, like, I say that, but like, I mean, my parents live on the other side of the country. They live in Arizona, which is right next to California, and I live in Florida. So like, we live as far apart as almost possible. And his parents live in Ohio, which again is very far away. So if they visit, they'll help, I'm sure. But so for now, we won't have help. And then I think we will get either a nanny or childcare once the baby is moving. Like, my understanding is the first 6 months, the baby can't really move, so they're easy to watch. But once they start moving and running around and crawling and stuff, that's when you need all hands on deck, and that's probably when we'll need a nanny or something. Some help. So it's gonna get pricey around here. Some my viewers send me diapers.
Good. You mentioned your husband, and so I have a confession to make. I was looking through your Instagram, your Twitter, and so I went to your husband's Twitter also, and I saw in the link in the bio, ex-boyfriend of Slissa. I was like, oh, they're separated. I was like, I was like devastated.
No, that's his like version of a dad joke. Like, when he's no longer my boyfriend, he's my husband. So
I know.
He loves to call himself Slissa's ex-boyfriend. And he's gotten some DMs about it, like, why you do this to Slissa?
Oh my god, but maybe it's a language thing. Anyways, at first I was like, yeah. Oh my god. And then I realized it's a joke. And then
it's a joke. It's just he's gotten the dad jokes down. He's already starting.
I must say the video of you in the hammock was pretty funny.
Oh, the hammock video. Yeah.
Yes.
I was trying to surprise him, so I didn't know he was filming me. I was trying to surprise him and get the hammock up in our backyard on a tree without any help, and it was a massive fail. Like, it technically worked, but now that tree is gone with our backyard renovation.
Okay. So
rip
no
hammock
more.
Tree. Yep, no more. It made me actually like super motion sick when I sat in it. So I was so sad. I couldn't use it.
Okay, good. Okay, so I do have a couple more Hearthstone questions, and then we can go in the food section of the interview, which is the part where everyone is like stressed, but I know you won't be stressed about this part of the interview.
Sounds great. I love food.
Okay, so yeah, my last Hearthstone question was about expansion. So which expansion was your favorite one? Because you've played Standard for a while, and please don't say Journey to Angoro. Please don't.
No, no. I really liked when they did the Frozen Throne because of all the cool Death Knights. That was fun. I really liked the Hunter Death Knight. Right? Wasn't that Frozen Thrones when they did all the heroes, the alternate heroes?
Yes, I
I
think
think
so.
that's what it was. Yeah, I thought that was super fun. So that was probably one of my favorites. I really liked the Hunter where you could like build a beast.
Ah, yes, me too. The zombies.
Zombies. Yes. I do this thing after. Oh, sorry, my dog wants to crawl up here. Hi. Every year I go and dust all my cards because I refuse to play wild. That's a whole different story. We don't need to go there. But yeah, I would do this like the ceremony almost where stream got to watch me dust every single card that I would never use again. But every time I do that, there's usually one card I leave undusted because it's like too painful. And I think it was the Hunter Build a Zombie one from that year is the one I didn't dust.
Oh my god, that must be such a nice ceremony to watch.
Everyone's just like, no, not Jaina. And I'm like, Jaina's dead.
Execution time.
Slitch, Jaina's dead. No. And then people always ask me like, how do you have so much gold and so much dust? And I'm like, well, I just get rid of the old stuff I never use. Like, kill it. Because I'm a bit of a minimalist. I don't like to have things that I don't use. So like, anytime I like go through my laundry, I'll like look up in my closet and realize all these clothes that I never wore by my next cycle of laundry. I'm like, I guess we throw that away. Like I just don't like to have extra stuff that I don't need. So like cards would be one of those things. Get out of my collection. I'm never gonna use you. I'm not gonna play wild.
Good. And do you have a favorite like art on one of the cards? Is there one card that the art was like, oh my god, it's so pretty, I would probably get a tattoo one day of it?
Hold on. So for those, can we?
Yes, yeah. The Phoenix.
This is Pyros the Phoenix, and I loved it so much that I named my dog Pyra. It's my first dog. Her name's Pyra. And I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, so my stream was called the Phoenix Fam for a long time because I loved fire mage stuff. So, yeah, that's where like my community like theme came from for a long time. We are no longer the Phoenix Fam though. We're now a Happy Cow cult, so we've changed.
Yes, and so how was the transition changing from phoenixes to cows?
I think people were always confused why we were the Phoenix Fam. Like people didn't link that I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, and that I love the fire mage stuff because I don't play mage anymore. Like people couldn't, my viewers are a bunch of dummies, and I tell them this every day. You guys are a bunch of dummies, and the dummies never figured it out. So we went with something more simple, more elegant, happy cows. Like the dummies really took to the happy cows. They were like, yeah, we're happy cows, and now they're just a bunch of happy cows. All right, that's easy enough for them.
So that's how it came. You came with the idea of cows.
Yeah, we just love the happy cow emote in Battlegrounds. And some people think it's toxic, but I'm like, how could a cow that's happy be toxic? It's just so cute.
Okay, good. Good. Thanks for explaining. Okay, so food section. Okay, so I know you're pregnant, but still I'm gonna ask, wine or beer?
Wine.
Red or white?
I mean, white mostly. I like red at the end of the night, but I can't drink red at the beginning because it'll make me tired. So I prefer white, especially because then it doesn't mess with my teeth either.
Good point. Good point. Are you a good cook?
I am a good cook, yeah.
Do you cook a lot?
I do more now that I'm like back to counting calories. I've been cooking a lot more. When I'm lazy, I DoorDash it or Uber Eats, but I'm back to cooking a lot. Yeah.
Good. What's the favorite thing you like to cook?
Tacos. A variety of tacos. Like last 2 nights ago, I did a game night for some friends and I made fish tacos. I do a really good fish taco. But I'll do like very creative things. Like I could do Korean tacos or something like that. Like I like to do a lot of out of the box type of tacos. Tacos are just awesome.
Good, good. So DoorDash or Uber Eats, what's your go-to when you don't want to cook?
I guess it very much depends on like, am I in a fat mood or am I in a skinny mood? Like if I'm in a fat mood, it's gonna be pad thai and massaman curry, like from a Thai restaurant or something like Thai curry. Or maybe some Mongolian beef and orange chicken or something like that. Like I really like Asian food. But if I'm feeling a bit healthier, then it's usually sushi or poke. But I can't eat that right now, unfortunately. Prego.
So, but you could eat it like a vegan one with like vegetables.
Yeah. So we eat, every anniversary of ours we get sushi, and so this year I got a bunch of avocado rolls and I was so sad. It's like eating my avocado rice. I'm like, this is just so sad.
But I mean, there is more creative like sushi, vegan sushi that you could eat probably than just
not in Florida. Florida is not. We are like 10 years behind the times. Like we just finally got poke here. Like and poke was really popular. And we just finally got boba tea here. Like it's been popular for 10, 20 years, but we're just getting it. So like we don't have vegan stuff here. Like no, we're very behind. We don't have any ramen here. We don't have any pho here. It's just we're a bit behind. Which is a little unfortunate because I'm from Arizona, and Arizona's pretty ahead of the time. Like, it's right next to California, so it has a lot of Californian people living there and very to date food. But Florida, not so much.
So why did you decide to move to Florida?
My husband lived here. I didn't. We met in Arizona because that's where we both went to school and where I grew up. But he was living in Florida when I met him, because he was visiting Arizona. So the first year of us dating was all via text message and me visiting him. And man, I tried to meet other guys in Arizona and I just couldn't find any. I was like, ah, shit, I'm stuck with this guy. He's the best. Why is he the best? He lives so far away. So I moved out to Florida and I was like, all right, I guess because I was done with college. I didn't have a job yet. So I was like, I'll move there for now, and if it doesn't work out, I'll just move back home. But it worked out, so now I'm here. Been with him for 10 years, so it's, it worked.
Good.
We're very happy. I love the area we live in. We live in a very nice area. It's way more affordable than California, but we still have the beach, which is great. Great weather. Like, I could go swim in the ocean today and it wouldn't be cold or anything. Like I just love the weather here. But yeah, the only downfall is the food is a bit behind.
Okay, so that's not that bad.
Yeah, it's manageable.
Okay, good. Good. So yes, I wanted to get into the part where viewers ask questions. So I don't know which one of my mod is keeping track of the questions. Is it Mike? Or who's keeping track of the question, guys? Who's keeping?
Oh yeah, we do have great Cuban food here. Cuban food is out of this world in South Florida. That's very true.
Okay, so one of my mod, please send me the question, and in the meantime, I will ask you more food questions. So, vegetable or fruits?
I don't eat fruit. Fun fact.
Because of your disease.
No, I just don't like it.
Okay.
Like it's weird because there's certain fruit. It's one of those weird things that people think is really weird about me, and I find it weird about myself as well. So I get it. There's certain fruit I like the flavor of, like lemon and lime. So I like lemon and lime in my food, but I wouldn't eat a lemon or a lime. And then like orange, I love orange juice, but it has to have no pulp. Like there's a lot of fruit I hate the texture of. Like I couldn't eat an orange because I hate orange texture. But then there's fruit that I just hate the flavor of, and that I can't touch anything that even tastes like it. Like I hate pineapple, mango, all the tropical fruits I pretty much hate. I like citrus. I don't know. It's weird. I want to like fruit because it seems like a fun thing to eat and drink, but I don't like it.
I've heard that Squishy really likes lemonade.
Yes. So through my pregnancy, people always ask like, what are your cravings? And the only craving I've had is lemonade. And I just like, I have, it's not that bad right now, but like I had to have lemonade on hand at all times in the beginning, but not as much anymore. I'm good.
And I saw lemon yogurt, lemon cake.
Lemon yogurt, lemon cheesecake, lemon pound cake. Yeah, I don't know what it was. She just didn't want scurvy. And I was like, that's cool. I will make sure you don't have scurvy. We will get you lemon. Healthy baby.
Good. Cheese. Do you like cheese?
Cheese is a plus. Love cheese. Cheese is a great
Perfect.
topic, by the way. Like, anytime my chat gets off topic about like politics or like something that's really like, oh God, they're going deep, I just start talking about cheese. So I was like, what's your guys' favorite cheese? And that's how you always get a topic back on track, is to talk about cheese.
It's funny. I do the same.
Yeah, you need as someone who's coming from a house of broken parents, like you have these tricks, right? Like you know how to get the topics back, and so things like cheese is great. I don't like stinky cheese. So I don't like blue cheese or anything. I prefer soft to hard cheese, but I like them both. I love melted cheese. I love a good like baked brie with fig jam and with bread. Oh my God, so good with pastry. Love cheese. But brie's probably up there for one of my favorites.
Do you like raclette, or is it too stinky for you?
Which one?
Raclette.
I've never heard of this. What?
Raclette is like, you know, when you put your cheese in like a center and you make it melted like individually while having dinner.
Like fondue?
So it's like fondue, but it's a bit different because you each get your own little drawer and you put the cheese in and it melted, but individually.
I've never seen this done in America, but it sounds awesome.
So it's really good for like dinner with friends because it like everyone eats at their own pace. So, and it's always hot.
Why don't we have that here? Come on, USA.
I don't
God,
know. Us, it's
sometimes
pretty
I'm
common. It's a pretty common food here.
Okay, you gotta send me like a link or picture. Or
I
something,
will. But it's a bit more. It's a hard cheese, but it's a bit more stinky than like mozzarella, let's say. But it's not that stinky. So maybe
yeah, as long as it's not like blue cheese. Like
Okay.
I can't do blue cheese.
No, it's not blue cheese. Okay, good. I will send you a link.
Perfect.
Good. So let me check if I got a list. Okay, so what's the last book you read?
I don't read. Harry Potter, maybe? I think that's the only book I've ever read was Harry Potter.
Okay, good. Maybe a book about kids, about learning how to be a mom. I don't know.
Nope.
No.
I don't read. I tell my viewer I only read Twitch chat, Twitter. And I think that's it. I read Twitch chat and Twitter.
Good. And do you watch TV?
I do. I love TV.
Okay. What's the last movie you watched and the last TV show?
I'm not a movie person. I don't like movies, but I have been watching movies because I'm trying to watch all the Marvel movies so that I can watch the Marvel TV shows because I just prefer TV. So to watch the Marvel TV shows, I'm trying to just watch all the Marvel movies. So the last one I saw was Doctor Strange. That's where I've gotten to in the Marvel movies.
Which was really good.
Nah. I fell asleep in the end. I don't know what happened. He was strange. It was weird. And I really just want to get to the Spider-Man ones. But so that was the last movie I saw. TV. I'm watching a bunch of stuff right now. Just got through the second season of Witcher. I'm watching Downton Abbey for the first time right now. I'm on season 4, maybe. We've been watching a show called Drive to Survive on Netflix. It's about F1 racing.
Critter in chat is putting the response for you, the answers.
I forgot the name of the show, but he's helping me out. Because, like, we have our shows, right? Like, I watch Downton Abbey, and he watches the F1, but I watch with him. And then we watched our shows together. Like, Witcher was the show we watched together. So we have, like, our alone shows, our together shows. Trying to think of anything else I've been watching recently for TV. Like, I always have my repeats. Like, I repeat The Office, Parks and Rec, 30 Rock, Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, New Girl. Those are my repeats, but I just need to watch something as I fall asleep. Seinfeld. But I love TV.
Okay, good. So, and also I almost forgot the banana question, but I know you don't eat fruits, but it's a question I usually ask to female content creator because, and guys, well, the answer is very different from both sides. Would you eat a banana on stream?
I don't even let bananas in my house. They smell so rank. Okay, so bananas are one of my like I said earlier, I hate fruit, but bananas is the highest pinnacle of my hatred of fruit. Like, as a child, as a baby, my mom couldn't get me to eat bananas. I hated it my whole life. And so then when I got pregnant, I got this thing called super smell. Like, when you get pregnant, your smelling becomes crazy strong. And Critter opened a banana, and when I was pregnant, I was like, get that out of the house right now. Out. And he's not allowed to have bananas in our home right now. Like, I hate bananas very much. But I'd eat a hot dog on stream. Sure.
Okay, good. Interesting. So do you eat on stream? I don't think I've ever seen you eat.
Oh, I'm always eating on stream. I like food, and Squishy needs to eat every 2 to 3 hours or she get cranky. So yeah, and I get cranky if I don't eat every few hours. Like, I need food at all times. So yes, I'm always eating. I try to mute myself when I'm chewing because I know it can be kind of annoying. Sometimes I try and hide. Like, I'll do this thing when I go to eat. I do this. And then I come back and people think they're like I'm doing lines of Coke or something. I don't know. I'm just trying to eat, man.
Okay. So we have a first question from Nina. Slissa, please teach us how to do this amazing hairdo.
I mean, the problem was this, right? It's my headphones, because normally I put my hair up and then I double knot this so it's not that tight, and then I do this, and then it kind of just like falls where it may because it's not tight. and it kind of falls. But then I had to put on the headphones, and the headphones is what made it real special today, I swear. The headphones, because they keep falling off my head, so I keep having to hold them on. Because I have like a child-sized head. I don't know if people know that about me. I have the head of a child. Like, it's very small. And I feel like most headphones for gaming are made for men, so they're not made for my tiny girl child head. So they're just huge on me. Like, look, like my look. It looks that where the ears are is where my chin is. Like, do you see how small my head is? And this is with it shortened. Like, it's supposed to go longer if I want. Like, this is. I think I can make it longer. But this is as short as it goes, and it's huge on me. So, yeah, I have a very small head.
Okay. Okay, so question number 2. What do you think the current state of Battleground, and what is your opinion on how it could improve?
So, it's always interesting. Like, back in the day, we were in this like power level meta where you want to get to 5-6 as fast as possible. So that's the heroes you picked for power level heroes. Now we're in this like tier 4 meta where avenge units are the strongest, and they're on tier 4. They're called the milk units. And it changes the game. It changes the way you curve and level. You stay on 1 forever and triple into 4s instead of trying to hyper level and triple into 5s and 6s. So I think it's interesting because it's fun that now we're in a different point of the meta where you're not going for these hyper carry heroes. You can do any hero to level into 4s, and which makes that a lot more even. There's like 71 heroes right now. So the fact that all these heroes are decent with this tier 4 meta is nice. Because if it's a tier 6 meta, then only like very specific heroes are good. So I do like that. But we're due for a change. The big change that happens every 3 times a year, right? 3 times a year. It's supposed to happen like this week, and it didn't happen. So that means it should happen next week, but I don't think it will be because we still haven't heard anything. So I think it's gonna happen the week after that. So hopefully we hear something soon. Because, you know, the big changes are when we got Quillbore, when we got Pirates, when we got Dragons, when we got Elementals, when we had that big change up, when we got prizes. Like, those are big changes. And we're due for that. We need it. And we're waiting. But we haven't heard anything. So I don't think it's gonna be for a couple more weeks.
Okay. Good. So, how do you see the future of Battleground now that competitive series for Battleground was announced?
Super excited. I feel like Battlegrounds has been like a nice, happy community because people aren't super competitive. Like, they only are. Like, if you're really competitive, then I don't know. It's because you love your MMR points. They make you happy, I guess, but they didn't do anything. Like, they're just numbers. So I could see the community getting a bit more toxic now that there's a competitive scene, because people will be trying to be the best, and so it could get a bit more cutthroat. But I do think it will bring our community together as well, because there'll be like, hopefully, like, I don't know how often they're going to be doing these events, if they're monthly or every 2 months or whatever, but like events way more often that's put on by Hearthstone is very good for the community. So I'm very looking forward to that.
Good. How do you react when I say fireworks?
I'm not an activist by any means, but if I were to be an activist, it would be to have fireworks banned around the world. Just ban them. They're stupid colors in the sky that are loud and obnoxious. And if you want that, I will put a blowhorn in your face and throw a bunch of sparkles at your face and say it's the same freaking thing. Like, that's all it is. But it's obnoxious to our vets, it's obnoxious to our dogs and to our wildlife. And oh God, I'll just throw sparkles in your face with a blowhorn or whatever it's called, air horn, if you want them that bad. But let's not punish our animals and others who have gone through PTSD. It's just not cool. Don't like them.
So, your dogs, they seem to be very scared about fireworks, right?
2 of my 3 dogs are, yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's a very traumatic experience in our household.
And you have a lot where you live, fireworks?
So the state of Florida made it legal to do professional grade fireworks. Anyone can do professional grade fireworks from their home 2 days a year now here. It's legal. So you can go out and buy the big ones and just light them behind my house, which is what they did. They, like, my dogs really don't like it, and medication helps. But my neighbors bought the professional grade fireworks right behind my house in the alley here and just blasted them for an hour. My dogs, I thought Pyre was gonna have a heart attack. Luna was peeing everywhere, like tearing everything down. She self-mutilates, so she tries to tear her nose up till it's bleeding everywhere. It's a very scary situation in our household. Hate it.
And so you talked about your 3 dogs. So how did you end up with 3 dogs?
Well, you see, there's this rescue shelter within a mile of my house. Hi, Pyra. So when I first got my house, I've always, I grew up with dogs, and I didn't have a dog when I was in my 20s because I didn't live in the house until I was 27 when we bought our first house. And so as we moved here, I was like, I want a dog. Like, I finally have my own house, and I'm working from home. I'm getting a dog. So I go to the shelter, find Pyra as a puppy. She's adorable. I'm like, I'm taking her home. She's mine. So I bring home Pyra, and I had her for about a year, and she just seemed like she was lonely. So I decided to get her a dog. So I got her Nova, which made her happy for a bit, and for like another year, and then they seemed lonely again. And so then I decided I was going to be a rotating foster dog person, where I have my 2 dogs, and my 3rd dog will be this foster dog that I foster until they find a home. And then when I have time, I can foster another, and that I could just always be a foster mom to keep the dogs out of the shelter while they find a permanent home. So Luna was my first foster dog. And I would not give her back. I said, no, you can't have her. She's mine now. Yeah, because she was very scared of men, and you could tell she was abused. And within the week of being here, she just changed as a dog into this like happy, she loved Critter. Like, she went from trying to eat him to just cuddling him every day. Just watching her change and just grow and just be so happy, and she will never ever leave my side. Like, she won't ever be away from me. She's on my feet right now, and because she's so appreciative of being in our house, so I couldn't give her up. I said, nope, I'm not gonna let another family be cruel to her. She's with me. And so that's how I got the 3rd, and then Critter said no more.
It must be a lot to have 3 dogs and a baby on the way.
I have 1 spare hand, so we could get a 4th. But yeah.
Good. Well, I'm guessing you're more of a dog person than a cat person.
I like cats. I do like cats. I like all animals. I'm an animal person. And I think cats are interesting because they're very opposite of dogs, where like they don't need as much attention, but they can be really fun. And I very much suggest cats to people. Like, when people don't have any animals, then I think they should assess getting a cat or a dog, and they have to assess what's best for them in their situation. Because I just think any sort of animal, like a dog or a cat, can bring you so much happiness in your life and companionship. And I just think it's what's best for the person. So I'm not a dog versus cat person. I'm a what suits you and your household person.
Like a lynx for me. Like, I love my cat.
Oh,
Uh,
yes, I like cats. I think cats are cute. I had a cat growing up. She was kind of mean, but like she was so beautiful and funny. So
yeah, well, my cat acts like a dog, so he fetch the
yeah.
ball, and
Oh,
he doesn't like to be alone. He cannot stand
oh,
being
more of
alone.
a dog cat.
Yeah.
I love bitchy cats. I love the cats that like look at you and give you a stare and then like push your glass off the counter and shatters it. Like I love a bitchy cat. I think they're hilarious.
Oh no, mine is not bitchy at all. It's like a big teddy bear. It's like, uh, okay, let me see. I think I had one more question from viewers. What was your best tournament experience, and what, in your opinion, a perfect tournament?
What, in my opinion, is a perfect tournament? Like the
And
one that I've been in, or like in general? Like,
in general, but also which one was your best experience of tournament?
like the best experience, top to bottom, was WSOE. Like they treated us so great. They flew us out to California. They had this big broadcast. They're feeding us. They're treating us like queens. That was really special because it was my first tournament too, and it was the production. If anyone hasn't seen WSOE yet, you should go back and watch them. There's WSOE 2, and then WSOE The Return of Gia, where they invited Gia, who won our first one, back with 4 of our top competitors, which was me, Ali Straza, Patra, and Cora. And they were so well produced, and people were so kind to us, and they shot commercials, and they had hair and makeup, and it was just so cool. It was a really good experience because they just treated us so great, and like very opposite of what happened in the most recent tournament that I did, the Global Invitational, which was just a shit show from behind the scenes. Chaos. I don't know, if you don't follow me, you probably don't know what happened, but if you follow me, you probably know everything that happened, because oh my god, it was a nightmare for us in the States, and even for Europe too, because it was ran out of China, and so the times for us were really messed up. Like basically the tournament was supposed to be 10 days long, and then they shortened it to only 4 or 5 days. So what should have only been happening at like from the tournament was supposed to be like 4 a.m. to 10 a.m. every day. So people got their schedules ready for that. They're like, okay, I'm going to go to bed, sleep early, and wake up at 4 kind of thing. And then they flipped it to be an all-night thing where it starts at 10 p.m. and goes till or 10 a.m. or something. Like it's an all through the night thing. And so then some nights you're playing at 10 p.m. and some nights you're playing at 4 a.m. And so really messed up everyone's sleep schedule because we got like a 2-day notice that we didn't know about. And then like the first night we were told we're playing at 3 a.m. but we had a 1 a.m. check-in. We had to be early by 2 hours. So that means you have to stay up late, right? Like you don't go to bed and wake up at 1 a.m. So we're like, okay, we'll just stay up late. And then they were like, we're behind, and they wouldn't tell us how behind they were. They just kept telling us we're behind. And then they didn't need us to check until 7 a.m., which is my normal wake up time. And I'm like, I could have slept all night and been here at 7 a.m. So like it was like the most frustrating tournament. Like every single day something similar happened where it was just like chaos ensued, and we were like fighting over things and like fighting over rulings. There was a game where me and another team member didn't get into the game turn 1. We didn't get in until turn 2, and they made us play the whole game out, which you can't win Battlegrounds if you miss a turn. And so we got 7th and 8th, and they weren't going to let us replay it. And we had to fight over it for like an hour. And we hadn't slept. It was just chaos. It was the championships too. It was the finals that we had to fight for to get a rematch. But we won. So that was the thing, is like my best experience is probably WSOE, even though I didn't win it. But the best tournament was Globals, even though it was probably the worst experience. But we won, so.
Wow. I mean, I don't know how you would, how I would do this to like not sleep all night and like play in the morning, waiting for it.
It was days, yeah, because it was like from Wednesday morning to Sunday night. From Wednesday morning to Sunday night, I got a total of 11 hours of sleep. And I was pregnant. I was in the midst of my first trimester. So for those who've never been pregnant before, your first trimester is your hardest because your energy levels are zero. Like, you just want to sleep all day and all night, and you're sick all day and night. Morning sickness is not a morning thing. It starts in the morning and it happens all day. So you're sick all day for months, and you have no energy for months, and then you can't sleep. You're just like, I'm miserable, but I gotta win for my team. And then the baby's trying to take your brain power, and you're like, stop it. It was a very challenging tournament, to say the least.
I can imagine. Wow. Oh, there's actually okay, we have time for one more question. When will she open the application for her tournament?
Today. It's gonna be today. At, I don't know what time, but sometime today. Make sure you're in my Discord, discord.gg/Slissa. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Make sure you watch my stream, because I'll announce on stream like, hey, I'm opening it now, and I'll put it in Discord right away, and then I'll probably put it on Twitter last, just because I really want my community to be able to sign up first, because there is limited spots, and then let those later spots fill in for others. I'd rather, you know, really reward my community for always being there for me. So that's how I'm gonna do it.
Perfect. And there's an extra bonus question that I don't know the inside joke, but it's about holes. And
Are you asking me about my hole?
Okay, I'm gonna read the question correctly.
Okay.
I mean, who wrote that question, guys?
Let's hear it. Let's hear the question. I'm okay with this.
How much is her hole filled, and can she show a picture of her hole?
My hole has not been filled yet. My hole is barren. But hopefully my hole gets filled soon, because it's been barren for a while. Can I show a picture? Probably not right now. It'd take a lot of work, you know, to get to my hole right now. So for those who don't know, my hole is my backyard renovation. I'm getting a pool put in. So there's a giant hole in my backyard. And so I love to make innuendos about it. So like, they recently laid pipe around my hole, and then they gave it a rim job the other day. And just like everything I talk about, anytime I talk about my hole, I'm referring to my pool and what they're doing to my pool in my backyard.
Okay, good.
I just love talking about the hole in my backyard.
Okay,
because there's just so many innuendos with it. But yeah. So if you ever hear people talking about my hole, they are referring to there's probably a picture in Twitter in chat right now. You can see in the tweets. Yeah, so I tweet about it a lot. I tweet about my hole a lot, and then I'll post update photos and stuff. So you can see what a gaping hole I have currently in my back.
Okay, good. I was like concerned about asking this question.
Oh no, feel free to ask about my hole at any time. I'm very open about it.
Wow,
a pricey hole. I charge a lot for my hole, okay?
Okay, well, thank you so much for accepting to be on the show. I really appreciate this, and I think the community too. Thank you.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
And we want to wish you good luck on your tournament in 40 minutes.
Yeah, I gotta go walk the dogs so they can go to the bathroom before, and then I gotta get ready. So I gotta run.
Perfect.
But thanks for having me.
Thank you, and have an amazing day.
Thanks. Bye, guys.
Bye. Hi, guys. Hello, hello.